Becoming a mother is one of the best experiences a woman can experience. The smiles, the cuddles, the rocking and playing, but eventually the time comes when you ask the question, do I go back to work or stay at home with my baby? A lot of mothers today don't have the choice to stay home because they need the income. According to ABC News and the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 64.4% of mothers with children under the age of 18 worked outside of the home in 2010. Some women want to stay home because they feel guilty or they think that it'll harm their kids in some way. We've all heard the claims that stay-at-home moms are better, or that if the mom goes back to work, the kids will have emotional, learning, or behavioral problems, like the study done by the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. They say that mothers who work over 30 hours a week when their kids were infants, those children on average did not do as well on school readiness tests when they were 3 years old. They also saw the problem persist until they were 7 or 8 years old. However, as more research is done today, there's more and more evidence that contradicts this theory, like the research done by the McAllister College of Minnesota. Led by Rachel Lucas Thompson, the assistant professor of psychology, they looked at 69 studies from 1960 to 2010 and found that kids whose mothers worked when they were younger than 3 were later rated as higher achieving by teachers and had fewer problems with depression and anxiety. A new study by Anne McMunn, a senior researcher in epidemiology and public health at the University College of London, looked at nearly 19,000 kids to study the behavior of kids with working moms. They found that little boys and girls with stay-at-home moms were twice as likely to develop emotional or behavioral problems by age 5 than kids with working moms. They think that it may be because it is important for kids to see their moms participate in society outside of the home. McMunn and her colleagues determined that the healthiest kids in terms of emotional and behavioral development were those with 2 parents in the home, both of who worked. A different study by Cheryl Beeler, a professor of human development and family studies at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, reported that moms who work say they are happier and healthier than moms who stay home. In this study that appears in December's Journal of Family Psychology, it stated that women who worked part-time fared the best on measures of health and stress. They looked at data collected by the National Institute for Child Health and Human Development, which interviewed 1,364 mothers, beginning when their kids were 6 months old, and over the course of 10 years, checked back in with them 7 times, up until their kids were 5th graders. They compared moms who didn't work, worked part-time, and those who worked full-time, which was considered working more than 32 hours a week. The moms who worked part-time reported less work-family conflict than full-time moms, but didn't report a difference in mental or physical health. The most significant differences were when comparing moms who weren't employed to those who were. The moms who worked were less depressed, had better health, were more sensitive to their children, and were better able to provide them with learning opportunities. Beeler says, in general, employment improves people's social skills and increases awareness of what's going on in the community. Maybe that translates to the experience they bring to their children. So if you're a mom that wants a career but still wants to be able to take your kids to school or pick them up or go to their school functions or take them to parks or museums, then maybe part-time employment is best for you. What more and more studies are showing is that having a job outside of the home creates a better social environment for the mom, which in turn makes her happier. She brings that happiness home to the relationship with her kids and family. According to research done by Lois Hoffman, a professor of psychology at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, children with employed mothers have been found to have higher academic achievement, greater career success, they tend to be more independent, more social, and acted out less in school. Mothers that feel or have felt guilty about going back to work and leaving their kids in the care of someone else can breathe a sigh of relief. They'll be okay. If you do choose to stay at home with your kids, great, do what's best for you and your family. But if having a career is what's best, rest assured. What most researchers now know is that family factors have a greater influence on kids than the amount of time that a child spends in daycare.